All right, y'all, listen. So now, why is Sagittarius like that, right? So now, listen, if you watch my other why is certain zodiac signs the way they are, you're going to understand where I'm coming from. So now, Sagittarius is the natural, traditional ruler of the actual ninth house, right? So guess what? People with strong Sagittarius placements can take on the traits of the ninth house, which is what? Higher philosophical thinking, right? Higher education, expansion, traveling, things of that nature, right? That's everything. Well, that's the majority. Well, that's the bulk of what Sagittarius energy actually rules, right? So now, when you think of the higher learning aspect, why is it higher learning? Why is it not lower learning, right? Okay, well, check this out. Jupiter rules expansion, right? Jupiter rules like expansion of things, right? Making things bigger, right? Making things break past their actual limits of confinement specifically. That is one of the primary things about Jupiter, right? So now, but it's also simultaneously the planet of wisdom. And since Sagittarius rules over the ninth house of wisdom, you put two and two together like, okay, well, that makes sense. Expansion, higher wisdom. Okay, well, check this out. This is basically knowledge that just keeps going and going and going and going. That really doesn't truly have a ceiling, right? So that's why people with strong Sagittarius placements, they can be very well educated. They can be people who like believe in higher source of academic achievements, things of that nature, right? But now, Sagittarius is also the archetype of the teacher, right? I mean, well, hell, Jupiter rules wisdom, and the ninth house rules what? Gurus, right? Gurus, people that teach you like spirituality, people that advise you on things, people who counsel and console you on things, right? So so Sagittarius can also be like the wise counselor. You know how like them kings and queens be running their whole nation and shit like that, and they always go to like the priest or the counselor to get some type of like blessing to go to war, or they go to astrologers. They could also be like astrologers, right? Because remember, Sagittarius comes after Scorpio. Scorpio is the occult knowledge. Scorpio is diving deep into things, seeing what's going on and what's hidden and what everybody else has don't know. But right after Scorpio, the darkness, after you get all the insights of what's going on, check this out. That after Scorpio gets all that deep knowledge, guess what? It goes to a Jupiterian sign. Now all the knowledge from the darkness, from all the crises, from all the suffering, from all the pain, from all the understanding the psychological nature of human beings, and so much more that Scorpio rules over. Now the teacher has been provided the wisdom to actually guide. Now the teacher has been given the light, right, at the end of the tunnel to give to everybody else, like passing you the torch of what they've learned and what they've been through from their trials and tribulations, right? So that's one of the main reasons Sagittarius can be like that. Now, the ninth house also rules like foreign things, right? Like long distance trips and travels. So people with strong Sagittarius placements might have like wanderlust, right? And wanderlust is basically like when you have like that unsatiable or insatiable urge to actually like travel, like consistently, right? Like these could be people that want to get like do like them RV living, stuff like that. Now remember, this is Sagittarius placements in Vedic astrology, not necessarily tropical astrology, right? Because if I read your chart, I'm gonna be reading from the Vedic astrological standpoint. So check this out. So I'm talking about Sagittarius ascendant in Vedic. So in tropical, y'all might be like Capricorn ascendants, Capricorn suns, Capricorn moons, things of that nature, right? But so that's why you might resonate with this. Or you can be a person, you ain't no Sagittarius at all in your sun, moon, or your rising, but you got a stellium there. Or you got like strong planets inside the ninth house, or strong planets trining the ninth house, or aspecting the planet that controls your ninth house, or the planet that controls your ninth house might be predominantly stronger in the other charts that you have to check the dignity of planets in, right? So yeah, so now that's why Sagittarius is like the archetype of the actual teacher, right? They got the philosophy, right? They got oh shit, excuse me, the guru energy, right? They also have that my knowledge doesn't just stop here. I must search for something higher. I must try to achieve something greater. That's why people with strong Sagittarius placements, they can oftentimes be extremely religious, because the original ninth house in Vedic astrology is also the house of religion specifically, right? And they can be very strong in religion. You might meet a person that is a Sagittarius and they're not religious at all. You want to know why? Because of other planetary placements, right? I'm just giving you the archetype of why the certain signs act the way they act, because of their placements and their rulership and what they just represent overall, right? That's what I'm here to really be giving people. But so y'all really got to understand that. So when it comes to traveling, when it comes to long distance things, when it comes to teaching, when it comes to law, I want you all to understand this. The ninth house is originally the house of law. Yes, Saturn is the planet of law, but Jupiter is also the planet of law too. They both kind of go hand in hand, right? So check this out. You know, a lot of like laws and policies are based off of like religious texts. Look at America, for example. Go look in Hindu. I'm pretty sure you're going to find countless examples. You're going to be like, damn, that is. Oh, damn, that came from the Ten Commandments. But that's a real law in our society right now. Yeah, so you'll start to really understand that. So Sagittarius can be more on the religious side. They can be very dogmatic at times too, right? And they can be very headstrong when it comes to belief systems. People with strong Sagittarius placements, listen, belief systems are what make them who they actually are, right? Following some type of path, some type of higher ideal or higher ideas to them. That's what Sagittarius really is all about, right? So guess what? Sometimes Sagittarius can come off as like mentally and intellectually superior to other people, right? Because they can get a certain ego, like, man, y'all don't know shit, man. I know all this shit. Sagittarius can be like, I'm a Sagittarius descendant, so I already know how Sagittarius people can be. But yeah, but that's the quick rundown on why Sagittarius people just are the way they are, or people with dominant Sagittarius placements, you know. And you really got to check to see, is this really a dominant placement before you disagree, right? Because guess what? I also count and understand that other planetary influences, other planetary interjections can also change the meaning entirely as well, right? So yes, but I just wanted to make this video real quick. I'm finna be doing my next one list. You want to read it, you can follow me on Facebook, hit me up on here, like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. Until then, holler at y'all later. Peace.